not a great day at the office. How did you think it all went?
Very disappointed, JP. Just in the manner of what we produced and how we went about it. For the last 3 games, I've been, doing the positive things with the lads and telling them how they've grown up a little bit and they've scrapped a few results out of Wednesday, Tiverton, nicking a 1-0 here last Saturday. It was, it was ugly, and the week before getting a point at Abingdon, and then today to go about our business the way we did, it was just understated, massive disappointment. It was just, we looked gutless, we looked clueless, we looked like we didn't want the ball, and everything stacked in our favour. And you can pull out all the cliches about 9 and 10 men, teams going down to that and working harder and all the rest of it. But I just asked my players, I said, who's done what the shift that their centre forward put in. He played up top on his own for the best part of 50, 60 minutes, and he came off probably a stone lighter, and I can't think of one player in my team who did that. And that's the disappointing thing, is the fact that when we had a chance to stand up and be counted there, we just didn't do it. We didn't do it. The sub-keeper's gone and goal. We haven't tested him, I don't think, in more than that, 39 minutes. I think Dean timed it as 2 minutes he got sent off. And that's a massive disappointment. Our play in front of goal, somebody just said to me, we look like we didn't know how to score. I thought in the final third today we didn't know how to play it. That's how it felt. And that was more for the last half an hour that I watched from the side. I just felt hugely disappointed. It's a rubbish goal to give away. It's come from not being strong in the channel there, and it's one of them. Lockie's delivery, we know what it's going to be like, and it's in a great area, but it's another one of those goals. And you think we've been done by a rubbish goal there. Wednesday when the lads put it in the top bracket from 20 yards, I don't mind that. I'll hold my hands up. But today, it was just the manner in which we did it was just lacklustre, to say the least.
Where do we go from here? How do we pick the lads up? How do we get them to work harder?
Well, I've come out with a few home truths in the dressing room, and I think that's it. It's about hard work. It's about 9 men there. They've come off dripping wet, and rightly so. And all credit to Paulton, to Harry and Milson and their boys, because they've dug that out. And it's a bit. I wanted my lads to realise that after the Wells City game and and getting knocked out of the FA Cup, to realise what these sorts of competitions mean. And it's not just at a club. I'm not just on about the £2,000 money or whatever that might be. I'm not on about that. I'm on about the exposure they can get on the back of 2 or 3 games, in the lower rounds, and then suddenly playing a Conference North, Conference South team, conference team, and suddenly being seen by somebody. I've got lads in there who want to play at a better level and tell me on a regular basis they can play at a better level. And on the back of today, they've had they've come a cropper really and realised that possibly we are at a level for a reason. And it's taught me a lot about a few in there today. And now what I'm looking for now is a response, and I've said that. As much as I went a bit crazy at the end there, in the dressing room, I think they're under no illusions about the fact I want a response. I want a response on training on Monday, on Thursday, and then I'll pick a team with Dean and Steve for Saturday, hopefully, and and we'll go to Didcot and get something, because that today was just a bit of an embarrassment, really. That's the word I used in there. Was a bit of an embarrassment to come off and be labelled a disgrace by a few fans. Hurts me massively, and they're my players, and I've picked him and I've brought them all here for one reason or another, and I'll stick by them. But I need to see some results now on the back of that. For the last 3 games, not a problem, but then today to turn that in was amateur, was substandard.
Who's going to pick you up? I've never seen you looking today.
The wife, hopefully. Yeah. Over dinner and a glass of red later on.
Yeah. But when tomorrow morning.
For me, JP, that's my job. That's that's why I came into it. It's for me to develop and me to cope with that sort of thing. This game is all about ups and downs, and I've had him as a player, potentially as an assistant manager a little bit, and now as a manager. It's down to me, Steve and Dean to stick together, and hoping I don't get a phone call from the chairman on Monday morning, just to stick at it and stick to my values. And I think. And I'll get there. I'll get there with this group of players, and I'm confident of that, because they're my players, and I'll stick up for them. But for me, it's about growing into the role and making sure that I'm strong enough to do that. I know that I want to win things, and I'm still ambitious, and that it's just it's a blip, and it's a bad day at the office. But the cold light of day tomorrow. I've still got Monday, Thursday to work with them, and then bowl into Saturday to a team like Didcot on a carpet of a pitch to say, right, let's go and get 3 points.
There must be a lot of positives you have seen, particularly over the last couple of months. for this not to be a knee-jerk sort of anger about.
Certainly. It's just this, you know, this time, you know, an hour after a game, 2 hours after a game, I'm still brewing about what's gone on in the last 90 minutes or whatever. The fact is, I've got faith in my players, faith in my coaching staff and the club, and I just hope that they start to replay that. Yes, it's a blip, and I'm hoping that's all it is, but unfortunately for me as a manager and for my chairman, the two blips we've had, and the biggest blips we've had, are losing in the FA Cup and losing in the FA Trophy preliminary round. And those two, unfortunately for us, as a club as we are, you know, are money spinners. And you know, that's two £4 grand, you know, it's a £4 grand blip. And that's just a matter, you know, that's a matter of fact. But we just need to make sure we pick ourselves up, and that'll be my job.
Okay, Alex, onwards and upwards.
Thank you. Cheers, Jake.